Jaguars got decent defense.
You gonna go lay down. You gotta leave that alone.
Yeah.
Sit down and watch TV.
For the legend. Nah, 79.
Yeah, 79. You gonna pay $86.
Yeah.
Shit, as long as you charge it in towards them, man, I think they use like $10 and some shit like that.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Smith's Chiefs going up against Bortles' Jaguars.
Larry, first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30 with the Kansas City Chiefs. Shift together here from the D-line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So the ball that time in the hands of who wound up being the NFL's rushing leader this season. Now, maybe a little help from Le'Veon Bell and also Todd Gurley sitting out their finales, but still a spectacular season for Hunt.
You gonna throw cold water on the man just like that?
I said a spectacular season for Kareem Hunt.
Okay, let's exaggerate the positive. A third-round rookie out of Toledo led the league in rushing as a rookie. That is cause for celebration, not just in Kansas City, but across the league when you see these guys get their opportunities. And not only did he run it well, he caught it well, and he sparked Kansas City to a 5-0 start to the season and eventually to the playoffs.
Yeah, bright future for him. Total yardage on the ground, 1327, and 11 total touchdowns for Hunt this year. On second down, here's Smith. That's complete to Chris Conley. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Smith going to give this one to Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. A swing pass caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. A toss play to Hunt. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it third and goal. In motion, Hill. Now Smith on third and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They snap it to Smith. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. And tough starting field position here. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. And Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. Now Bortles. And it'll be fourth down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. Now a handoff here to Bohannon, the fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Now Bortles throwing on second down. He finds Hearns left side. Given 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing now is Bortles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. Oh, a nice spin. Finding room inside the 40. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, there's a reason he was the first running back taken. You saw the ability there, the ability to be physical and get downhill. And how about him breaking off a nice gain there?
There's some Adrian Peterson comparisons out there now. That's high praise. Do you think that they're warranted?
Running style, very similar.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On second down, here's Fournette. And a short gain down to about the 33. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The Jags first down, Bortles to Robinson. Now they run with a backup. It's Chris Ivory. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. That's a prime example of how tough Chris Ivory can be to bring down.
He's so good that I think that he would last very well in a boxing gym. You know, because he's going to wear you down with those types of runs all game long. And if they can't start getting him on the ground quicker and more efficiently, they've got a long game in front of them.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. On the give, it's the fullback, Bohannon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Black 58 round. Black 58 round. Black 58 round.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tommy Bohannon taking it in. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Back onto the field come the Kansas City Chiefs. As they look back to this last year, disappointment ultimately in how the season ended, Charles, no doubt. It was a weird year, though. The great start, the weird middle, and then the strong end.
And every team in the NFL documents their season with a year-end, video, movie about the season. This is going to be a tale of 3 seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about the start? Remember opening night in Foxborough, beating the defending Super Bowl champs? I mean, they went on the road and took out the Patriots with Tom Brady, and that got them up to a 5-0 start. And then they hit the middle segment.
Yeah, that 1-6 stretch.
I mean, that was a tough one. It was hard to believe because we watched it unfold, but we kept saying, they'll get it back together. And they did. Down the stretch, 4-0, winning by almost an average of 12 points per game that propelled them to the AFC West title.
Smith now to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack. The final shot here before break. Smith going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down right near the 27. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. To throw is Bortles. A bullet throw, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
In motion, Hill. On 3rd down. That's Hunt. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there, 56 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Tyreek Hill on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Bortles going to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Doug Bortles simply cannot keep putting his team, putting his defense in these types of predicaments. He's got to take care of the football.
And last season, a lot of the turnovers, just like this one, in Jags territory, 11 of the 16 really put them in a tough spot in plus territory for the opposition. On the ground, this is Ware. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll toss it to Hunt, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Jacksonville as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. A give to the fullback on the dive. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A handoff to Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Play clock winding down. Bortles completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Bortles to throw. They set up the screen to Ivory. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. There to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
Give me it.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Bortles with a knee to the ground, and that should do it. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
See, that's a bitch. I'm finna hop off. I'll fuck with y'all later. That's it.